Alright, stay with me, because we're about to get real candid here for a moment. Okay, now there are a lot of different ways to take in a film from a personal perspective. Film is art at the end of the day, subjective. And with the evolution of social media and the fact that now everyone has the capabilities to spread their voice to a wider audience, the tried and true formula of good or bad simply just does not work anymore. When there's been films, blockbusters, and eventual franchises that have lived, died, and been reborn from this tried and true formula throughout the ages of cinema. Look at Transformers 1, or the original Purge movie, Final Destination, The Maze Runner, the one with Jesse Eisenberg and the Magicians. Movies that aren't so bad that they're good, movies that aren't really bad at all. There might be certain aspects that you might not enjoy, while having other aspects that blow you out of the water. But there is one thing for certain, one thing that you just simply can't get out of your mind. You know that they're just not good. What I just described was the true definition of mid. And let me tell you, I'm not somebody who likes to gatekeep the club. So make room on that dance floor and get some shots ready for the fans, for we have a newcomer. Welcome in the Flash, the newest in what looks like the last installment of a franchise that never really took off the training wheels, or some might even say, never even got on the bike. A movie that's been in production hell for the latter part of half a decade, following a character that most fans outside of the comic book fandom doesn't care about, an actor shadowed in scandal after scandal that the majority of people don't care about, building apathy of a fan base for their shitty attempt at universe building, openly releasing to the public a slew of flops and mostly overwhelmingly disappointing entries, an obvious nostalgia bait to try to salvage what is an otherwise sinking ship that pretty much hit rock bottom after the debacle that was Black Adam and Shazam 2. A film that, well, let's just be real. I said I was going to get candid, so let's get candid. Was just mid. And to be totally honest, is a mess. But why? Let's just get into the plot. You see here, my dear viewer, the movie follows Barry following the events of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yes, remember that 4 hour turned 4 day event because of the constant naps we had to take in between the slow motion action sequences and the ladies singing to the ocean? I sure do, and hopefully you do too. And if not, then tough shit, and fuck your character development, for the story literally centers around the power buffs and the development gained from that film that wasn't shown in the now famously known Justice League. But fuck it, they don't care, so why should we? So let's just start again. The movie follows Barry following the events of Zack Snyder's Justice League, with Barry ridden with the grief following the death of his mom, leading to the arrest of his father due to a lacking alibi. Barry finds himself in a moral dilemma. With the power to now shape his own destiny due to the ability to time travel with the power of the Speed Force, we watch as Barry travels back in time in order to shape a reality where everything is how it's supposed to be. And with only a can of tomatoes put out of place, and his mom miraculously alive in his reality when he returns, all seems too well, you see. And that's when I checked my watch and realized that we had around 2 hours left. But as I realized in that moment, and as you can see, and as Barry soon finds out, all is not well. Due to the laws of every time travel movie in the history of the universe, due to that one misplaced can of tomatoes, Barry has altered reality to a world with no metahumans. Yes, you heard me right. No Wonder Woman, no Cyborg, no Aquaman, maybe a little Martian Manhunter? No. And of course, no Superman. And before you ask yourself, how can a simple can of tomatoes simply alter a reality so much to a fact that a man never meets a mermaid, or a Chris Hemsworth, or a Chris Pratt, or a Chris Pine never washes up on the beaches of Themyscira? I don't know, and don't ask. It's time travel, you see. But what we do have is a Batman and a Supergirl. And with that, the story pretty much plays out exactly how every other generic, oversaturated time travel multiverse movie plays out. Enter in the new recruits of Michael Keaton's Batman, new Supergirl Kara, and Dumber Barry. Together, they form the Fantastic Four. And with that, The Fantastic Four set out on an epic CGI journey to foil the plans and defeat the Kryptonian villain Zod, again, to set the past right, and learn some lessons along the way. A classic superhero's journey. But the question that you're left to wonder, can Barry set reality back to where it's supposed to be? Or is the damage already too great to be reversed? Ah, man, it's unlucky because no matter how you really look at the Flash, there's really just nothing of substance really here. And when you look under the hood and take a deeper look within, the story, the character, the past direction of the overarching universe, and the inevitable and now finalized death, was it unfair to assume, or even say, dare to ask, for such a thing? When I said the definition of mid in the intro of the video, that was truly my genuine thoughts. There are aspects of the movie that work pretty well when it comes to superhero movies, and some not so much. But for the sake of not dogpiling onto what is already a dead horse, I know we're gonna change it up here a little bit. Let's discuss the positives. In what might be a minority opinion in the room, I actually enjoyed Supergirl. She was an unexpected and nice addition to the film itself, and honestly was the perfect wet dream Superman for Zack Snyder's original Man of Steel. Yes, Kara is a strong female character, but one that actually has real motivations and understandable power levels to back up her actions. Locked away and tortured by humans ever since her arrival here on Earth, the chip on her shoulder, the personal trauma because of her past, and the mission that she was sent to Earth to perform led her to make decisions that actually make sense story wise. So I don't really understand the hate from that perspective. It's pretty unfortunate. And obviously, we should probably talk about the elephant in the room. Michael Keaton's Batman was in the movie. The marketing will literally never let you forget that. And while it was easy to believe from a audience's POV that this was definitely going to just be a hijacked Batman story, some crowd control so to say, that wasn't really the case. I haven't seen Michael Keaton's Batman, and even if I were to watch them before this movie, it would be disingenuous because I would only be watching for the sake of watching this. It's not actual love for the character. But with that being said, as someone who hasn't seen him as Batman, I felt like you could tell, for better or for worse, that Keaton was having fun in the role. Not just there running through the motions for a quick and easy paycheck, but you could tell that the cape and cowl actually means something to the man. And it felt like that was on full display with the slight, and I mean slight, chemistry he had with Ezra Miller. So obviously that makes it pretty easy to say that he pretty much stole every scene that he was in. So congratulations to him. And now I actually might go back and watch his Batmans, and it will be genuine. But at this point, it's time to loosen up those belt buckles and grab your popcorn, because I can't hold off this slander any longer. As we all know, as everyone knows, this CGI is horrific. And not horrific in a way like She Hulk, where you could tell that everything is always just rushed in these Disney Plus shows. So these VFX artists are literally just working with whatever mental capacity they have left. Or bad in a way that this is unfortunately the only way we can convincingly tell the story we need to tell, but we just simply didn't have the budget or the technology. But this is just dog shit. Luke Skywalker on The Mandalorian. Axel from Thor Love and Thunder level dog shit. Some of the scenes get to a point where it was nauseating to even watch. And yes, while I know that this movie is in the gutter, the trash bin, waiting to be picked up on next week's cycle, that was not the case when this movie was first put into production. And while you could say I'm ignoring context, or you could say that I'm ignoring nuance, I raise you a beer by saying Warner Brothers is ignoring my anatomical right to not have my brain turned into mush. The Dark Flash or Reverse Flash, I'm not really a Flash fan. I didn't watch the show, I didn't read the comics. Don't cook me. The movie just didn't even let me know. But let me tell you, it was obviously very stupid and unnecessary. It just goes back to the fact that there was so much going on. It's obvious that they know that this was their only movie, so they literally just threw every single plan that was on their whiteboard like they were in the Lucasfilm studio and just ran with it. The concept as a whole is interesting for sure, and in a way, it's easy to understand where Dumbarry is coming from. In a life where he suffered so little but gained so much just from a can of tomatoes, it's understandable to be immature and selfish to a fault. And it's really unfortunate because, as I said, the idea isn't bad. And while this saying didn't work well in the context of its own film, I think that it works perfectly for this moment.
For another time.
At the end of the day, The Flash is a film that we have seen before, a film in an oversaturated genre that doesn't bring anything new to the table to really establish itself as a good movie, and decides to go the route of recycling ideas that we have seen done before, but better, leaving the only conclusion for the latest and last entry of the most boring roller coaster ride known as the DCEU as mid. Oh god. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. For those who have been subscribed to me for a while, remember this a couple months ago? Holy shit, I was such a clown. Man, I can't believe I even put my stamp on that. Anyway, make sure to leave your comments down below on how you guys felt about The Flash. As you can see, I'm not on the complete hate train for this movie, but I am interested to hear the normal general thoughts surrounding the film and try to leave Ezra Miller out of it. Not because he's not a dick, he obviously is, but I don't know. Ezra's not in this movie. It's Barry, and I want to see how you guys feel about his reality, not ours. But with that being said, again, thank you guys for watching the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, that's all the words I got for you today. Bye.